Ever since I was a little girl, I've been drawn to music. Dancing, singing, playing an instrument. It didn't really matter, but all of it I wanted to learn how to play and excel at it. At a young age, one of my most prominent fascinations was with the piano. I was placed in a higher level music class and also given private lessons to help me excel. I will briefly explain the history, skills you need, and then show you how to simply play the piano. According to Merriam-Webster.com, a musical instrument having steel wire strings that sound when struck by felt-covered hammers operated from a keyboard is considered a piano. ClampsPiano.com says there are over 10 million pianos in American homes, businesses, and institutions. On a classic piano such as the one I'll be playing on today, there are 88 keys. Clamps Piano also says that the average medium-sized piano has about 230 strings, each string having an average about 165 pounds of tension, with a combined pull of the strings all equaling approximately 18 tons. A fascinating thing about the piano is the only instrument that covers all of the range of an orchestra. There are several skills that you need when you're going in to play a piano, and one of the preparational skills that you need is knowing how to read music. Understanding the basis of how piano music is separated into two different staffs and combined to make one big staff is one of the most important things to understand. The treble clef, which is normally on the top, is going to have your right hand playing it, and then the bass clef will be your left hand playing, which will be on the bottom, but they will both be connected by one big line. Also, understanding the basis of what the lines and spaces mean and where the notes are placed is also another important thing to understand. This picture shows how and what lines and spaces are assigned to. The letters are showing individual keys on the keyboard. It starts from the bottom of the bass clef, starting with G on the bottom line. You can have notes underneath this line, but it's not common. Once you start going up and ascending, it goes in alphabetical order all the way up. In between the two staffs, you have interledger notes, which are B, C, and D, that lead to the treble clef, which ascends in the same order. If you look at this side of the chart, you'll see the ascending order, and then if you look on this side of the chart, you'll see which individual lines and spaces are assigned to each note. Also, having good spacing with your fingers and good timing will also help you play the piano faster and more efficiently when you learn how to read the music, and also knowing spatial boundaries and understanding patterns in the music will help you understand and play the piano more efficiently. The first thing that you want to do when you play the piano is pick some sort of literature or some sort of music that you want to play or learn. If you're starting from the very beginning, it's easy to just learn things called chords. Chords are just three notes stacked on top of each other normally, which are called triads. You can have bigger chords than a triad, or you can have smaller chords, but for basic piano learners, you want to just start with triads. This chord is just showing in between the lines. You can have chords on the lines and in the bass clef, but just for demonstration, I put them on the treble clef. These are considered the really basic chords, and once you start learning piano more, you'll start learning chord progressions. Once you understand all of the terms for piano and you understand the basic posture and placing the fingers on the correct keys, it'll be easy to learn how to take what's on the music and place it onto what the piano is. I'm going to show you a piece of music that I have to play. This is a piece of music that shows all aspects of what I just said, just placed onto a bigger version and with a little bit more complexity, which you can learn the different symbols later on, but really you just need to know what the notes mean and what the treble and bass clef are. Taking a chord, you can determine from the music that the first note is a G note, so you can take your treble clef and play a G with your right hand. So once you start learning the different notes and you start putting them together, you can learn how to play things such as this, which is just a bunch of chords placed together and you're just separating your fingers at the same time. Your spacing will become easier once you start learning the boundaries between a low G and a high G and the treble and the bass clef. The bass clef is normally from middle C to the left, and the treble clef is from middle C to the right. So once you learn those few basic steps, you'll understand chords better, you'll understand where to place your fingers, and all of the terminology that goes along with it. I have shown you the basics to piano and the terminology that goes with it. Learning to read music is an easy process and can progress into learning how to play more advanced piano. As you see, anyone can learn how to play piano and progress their skills, and I hope you enjoyed this presentation and you might be more inspired to learn about piano. Thank you.